Hello everyone, welcome back to Trophy Food Experiences. Today I'm doing a review of a recent dinner I had at Acre Through the Seasons. I have done a review of this restaurant previously, but they're in between tasting menus. So their next tasting menu is coming out on April the 14th, but in the meantime, they have an a la carte menu, which I'm going to review. Their chef there is a person called Lemuel Tsang. I think he's a really up and coming chef. You should watch this guy. I think he makes some great food. And I really believe that in Richmond, there's not a lot of competition for this type of high end dining. This is downtown Vancouver quality food. So I really like this restaurant. I'm really high on this restaurant. It's located at number 115-8400 West Road. It's inside the Versante Hotel in Richmond. This is their seafood plateau for $60. You've got a scallop ceviche, you've got oysters, steelhead tartare, mussels, escabeche, and a champagne mignonette with lemons and Tabasco. So this is quite a nice sized dish. We had 4 people, which is perfect. I think for 2 people, if you had this, that would be enough for the appetizer portion of your meal, but for 4 people it's kind of nice because you can have other things also. So I actually really liked everything on the dish. My favorites were the scallop ceviche and the steelhead tartare. I thought I really liked everything on the plate here. Next dish was the Mataki mushrooms for $30. This is a little bit pricey, I would say, if you consider the seafood plateau was only $60. This is with burrata, with brown butter, capers, and grilled bread. So everything tasted great. So I think it's a very nice dish. Good quality. The burrata, the Mataki mushroom on the bread looked great. And I actually commented to the chef that I thought maybe you should just put it together, but he said to me that wouldn't work because then the bread would get soggy. But I thought it was a very effective dish and as good as any downtown restaurant. Here's a short video of our appetizers. We shared everything family style because we wanted to try a little bit of everything. So now to the mains. So the first one we had here is the prawn and scallop mezzalone for $30. I thought this was quite a nice price for this dish. It's Dungeness crab, spicy tomato and fennel sauce and lemon. Beautiful dish, tasted excellent. So had no complaints about the dish. It was funny because we were there on a Saturday night. It wasn't that busy. And I'm thinking to myself, is it people just don't know this place? Maybe they haven't heard about it. It's kind of a hidden gem. Because we were getting great food and really personalized service and not rushed. It was great. So I'm really happy that people haven't discovered it yet. So this is the next dish. This is the Rota Ganoi for $20. It's a stinging nettle, wild mushrooms with truffle and pumpkin seeds. So great price on this dish. It's nice and filling. It can be a great portion for one person, but we shared it and it was perfect because we wanted to just have a little bite of each thing. This is the next dish. This is the steelhead, which is trout roe, Cereac remoulade, Brussels, and citrus beurre blanc. Look at the portion and look at the beauty of this. This would be equivalent to any downtown restaurant dish, and it definitely wouldn't be at this price. This was $30. So very, very good deal. And again, outstanding in terms of the value. Kind of undiscovered. I don't think people really know about this, but this really is a high-end restaurant. It's kind of a good complement to Bruno, their other restaurant in the hotel. Bruno is much more casual. This is much more upscale. And the staff are very young. Chef Tsang is training their staff, and the wait staff are very friendly. So you might say, well, Tony, you're being picky here because with other places, you've kind of complained about their service. The difference is the food quality is very, very high. So, you can live with not as good service, I think. And secondly, the staff are very friendly. It's just their inexperience. It's not their uppity. And so that's the two differences that I see in my mind, that these are very friendly people. They try hard. They're young. The whole team is young, but the food quality cannot be denied. This is an accompaniment to the next dish, which is the dried aged strip loin. A couple kind of almost like hash browns. So kind of nice thing to go along, accompaniment to the the beef dish. And this is the dry aged strip loin. I don't know how big it was, but it's $45 and it's not burnt. It's a charcoal rub. So it's not a burnt steak with broccolini and peppercorn juice. Well done. In terms of, we had it medium rare. It was the right kind of temperature, and they got the medium rare cooked correct. So that was nice. But it was a very nice steak. Now we go to the desserts, which I think were the weakest part of the meal. They're still good, but not as strong compared to the appetizers and the mains. The first one is an apple pan perdue for $11. Caramelized apple, pecans, maple syrup, and vanilla ice cream. Good, but I think not as thought-provoking and wow factor as the other dishes that you've seen previously. Next is the sun-choked ice cream for $13. Coffee cake, chocolate ganache, choco nib, and gooseberry. Again, good dessert. All in all, great meal. I still think this is probably the best high-end fine dining restaurant in Richmond. Got a lot of potential with Chef Tsang. I'm gonna give it a recommend. I'm bordering on highly recommend. The only reason I'm not is that I want to go there a little bit after they've got their next menu in place. I think the service could improve a little bit, not in terms of the friendliness. They're very eager. I think just experience. It's a fairly new restaurant, so they've got to iron out some kinks. And so just in terms of the quality of the service has to be a little bit sharper, but really nice people. I think the food is exceptional, and if the only thing is, I think the desserts could maybe use a little touch up, but I'm really interested to see what Chef Tsang has to plan for the next price fixed menu. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Until next time, happy eating.